Greetings, Internet friends. AJ here from 8-Bit Horse. I wanted to talk to you today about an update I did to the game room and a project I just finished, which has to do with this box that you see right here. So really quickly, if you've watched any of our previous videos, you'll see that the ugly blue couch that we used to have in here is gone. Gone forever, long gone. That was my game room couch for more than 15 years. It was old, but it was comfy. And finally, we decided to just get rid of that thing entirely. And part of the reason I did that is so that I could put together the shelves and put my game collection out. It's right here behind me, some of it. The main reason I did that is for many, many years I had a lot of my collection on a bookshelf, the one here behind me. And like the classic games I had on regular media shelves, but there's just not enough space in this room to put every game out. So I had it on the bookshelf, and it was nice, but then there were, everything was double layered, so like there were some games behind other games, so if I wanted to get to everything, you have to like pull chunks of the shelf out and grab the game and slide them back in, and it was kind of a pain. And then I kind of wanted to repurpose the shelf anyway for other things, so now you can see it's got all kinds of cool toys and games and books and whatever else on it. So when I did this, I got new chairs, and it's more of like a earthy tones, wood kind of feel. And I, decorated. I put a bunch of toys, and the collection now is divided into. I've got a Nintendo shelf, a PlayStation shelf, and an Xbox and Dreamcast shelf, and all the classic stuff still on the other side of the room. Unfortunately, that means for making videos, I have like the wall of games behind me, which I've always thought was kind of silly when folks do their videos and like, look at the hundreds of games that I have in here. But now I have that, and it's mainly because I don't have any other space. This is the one wall I had to use, and that's why I took the couch out. I needed a whole wall. There's just no other place in this room where I could spare a wall by taking the couch out, put it in the chair, can move the chair, get to the games. Makes all sense. So anyway, I was looking for other stuff to decorate the room with, and I was, poking around on Facebook Marketplace and saw that somebody was selling these handmade crates. So you can see this one here is painted. The original ones look like this. So there was a set of 5 of these crates. There were 2 narrow ones, so this one's like kind of weird. It's not a crate per se, it's just kind of decorative. And then I had 2 that were this size here, and then 1 bigger one. So the whole set, it was $20, and I like the look of it. It's, like I said, it's kind of like this woodsy kind of feel. I wasn't sure actually what I was going to do with them. I thought, well, maybe I can set classic consoles on them, or like use them for some kind of decoration, or stack them, or I had really no idea. So I bought them, sat on them for a few weeks trying to figure out what I would actually use them for, and then decided, I had an epiphany, and decided that I would paint them to look like Mario, Luigi, and Bowser. Just the themed to those colors. Obviously, it doesn't look like Mario, but it's, red on the outside and blue on the inside. It's got a little Mario symbol on it, so kind of like his hat. And so I thought, okay, well, that's what I'm going to do with these. So I set to work, and I started out with the raw wood. I got some primer, so I'm not really super knowledgeable about how to paint stuff. I basically wanted to get it right. I figured I couldn't screw it up too badly, but I got some advice to find out, okay, well, what do I need to do to make it look as good as I possibly can? So I got some primer. I started out with like the little craft store, like little narrow cylinders of primer, which was okay, but didn't really do what I needed to do, and the wood was dry and soaked it all up and everything. So I just went over to the hardware store and got like a big honkin' spray bottle, just a big hunkin' spray bottle of primer. And then I got some painter's tape and started sectioning everything off. So I wanted to make sure I didn't go too crazy with the colors, and that was a pain because every one of these things has like a slat that goes diagonally across the middle, so the space to paint is really narrow. So I got some really small brushes to get into the corners, and then it was just kind of difficult to do the painter's tape, but it all came together. So the initial application, I did everything with sponges, and then I went back over it all with brushes to put on a second coat and to smooth everything out and do touch-ups if I missed a little bit of space. The primer is white primer, so it made it pretty easy to see if I didn't get something painted that I needed to. So then I just got started painting. I put in the base colors. Got some acrylic paint, so I just got online and got some, like a variety pack of different colors. The nice thing about these is they're pretty much primary and secondary colors, so it wasn't too hard to figure out how to get things painted so they look like Mario and Luigi. But I was a little disappointed by the green. The green I originally picked out looked pretty good when I was painting it, but then it dried darker than it looked. So I ended up redoing that one from the start. I went back and just got some emerald colored green paint, which is a lot closer to his design. So that ended up looking pretty decent by the time that was all said and done. The Bowser box I got a little creative on, where the outside is kind of his body, and then it's got green panel for his shell, and then a yellow for his arms and legs, and then the top panels actually are bright red, like the red tuft of hair he's got. At least the modern iteration of Bowser has that. And then when I got finished, I went back over it with a semi-gloss clear coat, so everything's got a little bit of a sheen to it. I didn't want to go too glossy and have them look, I don't want to say fake exactly, but have like a really massive sheen on them, but I wanted them to pop a little bit, so I went with a clear coat. I felt like if you just looked at them, I was like, well, I might have to explain, like, this is Mario, this is Luigi, this is Bowser. I think if you're a gamer and saw those crates in the game room next to a bunch of Nintendo toys, you probably would go, hey, that's Mario, Luigi, and Bowser. But I decided, well, they needed a little something extra. So I went online, went on Etsy, went to a few other places to look for what could I put on there to basically have an emblem or something that would signify that that's what this is. And I ended up finding, these are iron-on patches. So they were like $2 a piece and $1 in shipping. And I think it turned out really good, because I got the Mario emblem on here, I got Luigi's, I got the Bowser, kind of the, his face on an emblem like they do in the games. So the final product ends up, now I don't really have to explain it, right? You can clearly look at it and go, hey, that's Mario, Luigi, and Bowser. And if you don't get that, then you're lost anyway, right? Chances are you're irredeemable at that point. So that's pretty much the deal. I just wanted to kind of share, this is my project. I wanted to have something here that was, I wanted like a side table, like somebody you could like set a drink down or set something down. And originally I had a bar stool, which is good because when I'm playing in the arcade cabinet, I could pull the bar stool over, but I wanted something that was permanent. So I put it all together, stacked it, turned it at fun angles, because fun. And then I got this Bowser, which is actually handmade. So we got it from someone on Instagram who sews up cool-looking things. So I got that, and then I got a Luigi and a Mario that are just the traditional, like, Club Nintendo. Club Nintendo? Nope, that's not it. Nintendo World? That's the one. This toys you can just buy anywhere. So I put a couple of those out. So it further solidifies, like, hey, this is Mario, Luigi, and Bowser themed. So there you go. That's the whole thing. And it's all its glory. It's right here. So that's the whole video. We're all done now. So have fun, and we'll see you next time.